Why is it every time there is a violence or criminal activities that occurred in real life, people are quick to point their fingers towards media entertainment, such as music or movies? But then there exists a particular media form that is blamed more so than others, and that is video games. But why is that? Why does video game have a worse placement than music and videos, and why does people blame it so much? Well, to put it simply, the reason for it is because the user, or the one who plays video game, have to put their own input so that the character inside the game can progress throughout the game from start to finish. Therefore, it kind of gives you the feeling of they were the one who does the thing and not the character, even though in reality they did not do it. Unlike the other two with music and movies, you don't really have to put any input in it. You don't have to put a direct involvement in it. Therefore, it's quite like a passive user. You can just consume it and do nothing, and the character inside this media form is going to progress no matter what from start and finish by itself. Active user and direct involvement is the one that makes people playing video games so much, and it kind of generates the statement of playing video game is harmful for you. Or does it? Well, that's what we want to discuss here. As my team, Mr. Raftan, and I, as the speaker myself, would like to argument about this statement of does playing video game actually harmful for people? Well, we're going to be direct here. From our perspective, we will wholeheartedly disagree with it, because video game, at its core, just like any media form, it's made with the intention of entertaining, not to be violence. Therefore, I think it's unwise for us to blame video game just because a person have done a criminal act or have a violent tendency. Since at the end of the day, not only video games are made with the entertainment purposes or intent in mind, they are also fictional. So as long as you can differentiate between fictional and reality, you won't get influenced by any fictional media form out there. But what if I told you there is a group of people that cannot differentiate between these two media, such as kids? Children just not born with the ability to differentiate between fictional and reality. They don't even know how to differentiate between the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. Violence are wrong, yet they don't know it. Why? Well, they don't know what it meant. Okay. Therefore, the responsibility falls to their parents. When they are in the tender age, brimming with curiosity, wants to know every single thing in this world, the parents should teach them these things. But what if the parents doesn't have the time to spend with their kids? They have work to do. So the kids would spend more time playing games than they should without proper guidance, without proper monitor, without their parents beside them. Well, there's also a solution to that. And actually back then, video game company realized this. They realized that not every single one of their games are safe for kids, because kids are easily influenced by everything around them. So the way that they solve this is to regulate or make a regulation system around it just for this, and it's named age restriction. Therefore, from that point onwards, every single person that wants to publicize or post their games onto public, they have to clearly mention who are their target audience is. Is it for kids? Is it for teenagers? Or is it for adults? If it's for kids, then they cannot have, that game cannot have an explicit content inside it. If they have, well, it can be taken to court, and that therefore can lead to a major consequences for its person that publicizes it. They have to clearly mention who the game's for. It's best to perceive entertainment media as a mirror to its user. A person won't do violence thing because they consume a certain media or play a certain video games, but because they were violent in the first place. And as for video game is harmful for children, well, it's already prevented by the age restriction regulations. And parents can do more stuff, such as introduce their kid to a physically rewarding games and not the fictional or the digital one, to push them aside from this lone playing video game environment and play more to the outside world with their friends. With counseling, children will gradually be put at ease or be more mindful with the content they consume, and they can filter out what the right thing to do, what's the wrong thing to do, and what's fictional and what's reality. Therefore, it can lead them to a more brighter future. And I think that's it for this video. Thank you for your attention. And if there's any wrong say that I have said, I apologize. This have been Aldo and I'm Raftan. I hope you good evening. Goodbye.